Well, here they come, as always. Our Roman protectors, right on schedule for their morning feeding. The sun should be so consistent.
Rachel, dear, don't think of them as Romans. Think of them as paying customers. At least that makes the transaction a little more palatable. It appears that Octavius has brought that young Commander Marcos along on patrol this morning. I wonder what this is all about.
Good morning, old man.
Good morning, Centurion. So, Octavius, taking the boss to breakfast, are we? Looking for a promotion, perhaps?
Be careful with your tongue. I'm in a good mood. But the day is still young. The Centurion informed me just this morning that he wished to accompany us on patrol today.
That's right. It's been too long since I've been to the marketplace. I've missed your pleasant company, Asa. And I've missed seeing your family. Hello, Hannah. It's been a long time. Your uncle sent his best. You really should come visit him more often.
So, my traitorous brother still works as the Centurion's servant. How's the treasonous old bird faring?
Not well, I'm afraid. He's suddenly taken ill and nothing seems to help. I thought I might take him some fresh bread baked by his favorite niece to see if that might cheer him.
Uncle Amaziah is sick?
Is it serious?
Honestly, I don't know. The physicians are baffled by his condition. Nothing seems to help. Hannah, maybe if you visited him...
Oh, we've instructed our granddaughter to keep to her own side of the city. Just because her favorite uncle works for the Romans doesn't mean she should be keeping company with them also.
Besides, I'm not at all sure she's going only to visit my brother.
Grandfather?
Yes, well, whatever. I'm sure Amaziah will enjoy the bread. And you're all certainly welcome to come visit him. It would be fine anytime.
Excuse me, sir. But shouldn't we be going now? We've got a lot of rounds left to cover this morning.
Yes, of course. Here, this is for the bread. Good day, Asa. Goodbye, Hannah.
Good day. Good day. So, Amaziah's not well. I'm not surprised. My poor brother's probably sick from associating with the Romans.
Well, at least now they're gone. Only 24 more hours until we see those brutes again.
I don't know, Grandmother. Marcus is nice enough.
Nice enough? A Roman? I hardly think so. Now, a Jewish boy, that would be nice enough. But I mustn't forget, my granddaughter has refused the proposal of nearly every nice Jewish boy here in Capernaum. Let's see now, there was not kind enough, not caring enough, not spiritual enough, and of course, not handsome enough. And I mustn't forget, but Grandmother Rachel, I don't love him. Nice enough? A Roman soldier for my granddaughter? I hardly think so.
But he's different from the others, Grandmother. He's kind and he's good to his men. He's smart and he's brave. Uncle Amaziah told me that Marcus once risked his life in battle to rescue a wounded man. And he loves Uncle Amaziah like he was family. How many Romans do you know that would come to our part of the city to help a servant?
Asa, do you hear what I'm hearing?
Yes, and I am beginning to believe that the Centurion came to our bakery for more than just fresh bread.
You better forget about her. She's a beauty, all right, but she's a Jew, and Jews are nothing but a trouble, Captain.
They're not all that bad, Octavius. After all, I don't know what I would have done this past few years without our uncle's help.
Well, I grant you, the girl and her family seem pleasant enough, but you can just separate them from the rest of their kind. You get involved with a Jewish girl and you get involved with the rest of the Jew. And I tell you, they're a difficult lot.
Maybe you're right, Octavius. But Hannah's different. Occasionally we talk when she comes to visit her uncle at my home. I've traveled all over this empire and never met a woman like her. Take them on, Sergeant. I'll meet you back at the garrison later. I'm going to bring this bread to Amaziah as a present from Hannah. Maybe it will brighten his day, like she brightens mine. I've seen lots of beautiful girls all around the world, maybe hundreds or so. But none had the wonderful charm as the girl who disarms me with one hello. The face of a goddess, the voice of a bird, a beauty that touched my soul beyond the grasp of my words. If anyone's listening in heaven, please tell me, could she be the one? Say my search is over. Could she be the one true love for me? In 1,000 years, in 1,000 lifetimes, will I ever find a sweet reason to believe? Could she be the one for me?
I've lived in the same little place in familiar faces since I was a child. I dreamed of that wonderful morning when love would be born in a stranger's smile. The prayer of a maiden, her champion true. The moment his eyes met mine, my girlhood wish had come true. Dear Father in heaven, I know that you hear me. Could he be the one? Say my search is over. Could he be the one true love for me? In 1,000 years, in 1,000 lifetimes, will I ever find the sweeter reason to believe? Could he be the one for me?
Someone to see you, sir.
Send him in.
Not him. Her.
Hannah? What are you doing here at the garrison? Does your family know you're here?
No, and they mustn't find out. I've come because of Uncle Amaziah. I went to see him at your home this morning. Marcus, he's dying.
I know. I appealed to the Roman gods for a cure, but he only gets worse. I would do anything to help him. You know that, don't you? He's been like a father to me. But what is there left to do?
I know someone who might help. A very wise and amazing man. A rabbi who is healing people and changing lives. If anyone can save my uncle, I believe he can.
Where is he? How can I meet him?
He's teaching on the hillside tomorrow, just outside the city. Follow the crowds and look for me. I'll take you to him. I must go now. Oh, and try to look a little less Roman. His followers are not exactly supporters of Caesar.
All right, I'll be there.
If you don't mind me asking, sir, what's all that about?
It seems Hannah knows someone who might heal my servant. I'm going to meet him tomorrow at a hillside meeting.
Did she tell you this man's name?
No, she left before I thought to ask. She only said he was a rabbi who could heal the sick. I figured it's worth investigating.
Sir, if this is the man I suspect, a rabbi called Jesus from Nazareth, I tell you, he's trouble. And if your pretty Jewish girl is involved with him, then she's trouble too.
Jesus from Nazareth? I've heard some rumors about him, not much real information though. What do you know about him, Octavius?
Well, sir, they say he has a very unorthodox ideas, even for the Jews. He's performing miracles like the girl says. He's drawing a very large crowd. There are plenty of stories floating around about him. Some that dates back 30 years or so. Incredible tales of the virgin birth in Bethlehem and stargazing magi traveling halfway across the world to pay homage for the baby king. But you'd be too young to remember those, sir.
Oh, I've heard them, but what does it all mean?
I don't know, sir, but word in the marketplace is that the Jewish leaders don't like this Jesus and they're looking for ways to discredit him. He upsets the status quo. Others of them are beginning to think that he might be their Messiah, a savior, some sort of a king. As for me, I say, he's just trouble, plain and simple. Call it an old soldier's intuition. The Jews have had lots of these so-called messiahs come and go. But this one, this Jesus, he's different.
All right then. You and a few of your men accompany me to the hillside meeting tomorrow. But stay in the background, out of the way and out of sight. If there's trouble, then we'll deal with it. But first, I must meet this miracle-working rabbi if my friend Amaziah is to have any chance at all to live.
Could he be the one? Say my search is over. Could he be the one true hope to set us free in 1,000 years, in 1,000 lifetimes? May we ever find a sweeter reason to believe. Could he be the one we plead?
Children and lost with fishermen.
Marcus!
Hello, Hannah. It seems I found the right hillside.
Yes, you did. I thought I told you to look a little less like a soldier. You stand out like a camel in the Holy of Holies. And only a blind man would miss your friends across the way. I thought I could trust you, Marcus.
You can trust me. Octavius is here only in case of a disturbance. Honestly, I would have thought by now a Roman uniform wouldn't cause a disturbance. Other nations under our jurisdiction have begun to see the benefits of working with Caesar, not against him. Why did the Jews resist so?
Could it possibly be because the Romans have taxed us into complete poverty and denied us the freedom to worship the one true God as we please?
You're beginning to sound like your grandfather. Look, I came here to help Amaziah, not to argue. However, we've allowed the Jews to observe their religious practices within reason.
We are tolerated only to a point that we are not a threat to Caesar's rule. Anyone who crosses that line is dealt with in the cruelest of ways. Surely you've heard the place in Jerusalem called Golgotha, where Pilate hands out Roman justice to poor Jews who threaten the mighty Caesar?
Roman justice is swift and final, I agree. But it is also fair and just. Innocent men have no reason to fear Roman courts. Thieves and insurrectionists get only what is due them at the hand of the governor.
Why should I have thought you'd understand? A Roman soldier could never know what it is to be a Jew. Someday, God will deliver us and we'll be free again. But meanwhile, we suffer persecution at the hands of whichever brutal government is fashionable.
Deliver you with a Messiah, right?
Yes, a Messiah. How did you know?
My men and I hear things. It's our job to know the local politics. Speaking of such, where's this miracle man? When can I meet him?
That's him. There, the man in the middle. That's Jesus.
He's not at all what I envisioned.
I'm not surprised. He's not what a lot of people think the Messiah would be.
So he is the Messiah? The one to free all of Israel from the tyranny of Rome? I'm sorry, but he hardly strikes me as a conquering hero.
I don't pretend to be wise in the matters of Scripture. I don't know all the prophecies like the men do. But I do know that Jesus is special. He's different. He's not changing governments, Marcus. He's changing people. And when he talks about the Heavenly Father, it's as if he speaks with complete authority, with familiarity. He is so wise, far beyond his years. But mostly, he loves people.
When do I get to meet him?
First, Marcus, listen. Marcus, what are you doing?
Hannah, there won't be any trouble, but I must speak with this man now. Amaziah can wait no longer. Lord, I have a dear servant who lies at home, paralyzed and in terrible suffering.
Then I must go and heal him.
Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but say the word and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it.
I tell you the truth. I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. Go, it will be done as you believe it would.
Was it so simple as that? Just because I believed he could delegate his authority to one of his men, does this mean Amaziah will be all right?
Go and see for yourself, Marcus. Go home and see what a little faith can do.
I don't believe what I just saw. Our commander comes here begging for the help of some Jewish holy men, and then he takes the rabbi's word that everything's all right just because he has faith. Faith in a penniless Jew? I don't believe this.
Marcus has faith, Octavius. Very rare in a Roman, but a fact of life for the Jew. Faith is the key to knowing God.
My faith was a father Abraham, that to follow God to a foreign land. My faith was his for he was a man of faith.
By faith Sarah bore her only son, and a mighty nation was thus begun.
My faith in Jehovah's holy stand, for she was a woman of faith. My faith I behold God's chosen grace, to witness his fame, to receive his grace. Her faith I will then through all our days, for we are people of faith. We are people of faith. My faith in our brother Moses, flee out of Egypt, out of slavery. My faith in part the great Red Sea, for he was a man of faith.
By faith Daniel entered the lion's den, and without a scratch he walked out again.
My faith in the declared to be just like him, for he was a man of faith. By faith I behold God's chosen grace, to witness his fame, to receive his grace. By faith I will then through all our days, for we are people of faith. We are people of faith. By faith Jericho came down, by faith was the giant slain, by faith was King David crowned, by faith in Jehovah's name. By faith I behold God's chosen grace, to witness his name, to receive his grace. By faith I will then through all our days, for we are people of faith. We are people of faith. By faith I behold God's chosen grace, to witness his name, to receive his grace. By faith I will then through all our days, for we are people of faith. We are a people of faith. By faith.
I thought I should personally deliver the good news. Amaziah is completely well now. He's up and about and back to normal.
As long as he serves in the house of the Roman, my brother can hardly be described as normal. But still, it was a good thing what you did for him. Hannah told us all about it.
Yes, she did. And it was a good thing for you to come and tell us of Amaziah's recovery. Now, if only a certain stubborn old goat would go and visit his brother, a brother that only days ago was at death's door, and make good all the bad feelings that have festered between them over the years, then just maybe this family can celebrate Passover this year without a fight at the dinner table.
Isn't it wonderful that Amaziah is well now? Everything worked out just like you said it would. Now perhaps you could help me with one more problem. It seems I've gone off, fallen madly in love with the most wonderful girl. And despite the protests of her grandparents, I think she loves me too. But there's an invisible wall that separates us. That's because I'm a Roman and she's a Jew. If our differences keep us apart much longer, I may need your miracle-working friend to mend a broken heart.
Believe it or not, Marcus, my grandparents are beginning to admit that you're not so terrible. That alone may be a miracle. You're kind and gentle, if not a little stubborn. You're thoughtful and loyal, even if you are naive about Rome's injustices.
I think the invisible wall may be crumbling.
But don't you see it's more than all that? It doesn't matter to me that you're a Roman. What matters is that I follow Jesus and you serve Caesar. Marcus, you saw how he healed my uncle Amaziah. If only you would look with eyes of faith and see Jesus for what he really is, then maybe it could be different between us. Maybe then...
Octavius, what are you doing here?
Sir, sealed orders arrived for you from Rome this morning. You weren't at the garrison at your home, so your servant Amaziah thought I might find you here. Your order, sir.
My troops and I are being transferred to the court of Pontius Pilate in Jerusalem. We are to leave tomorrow. I'm to be a centurion in the governor's court.
Well, congratulations, sir. This is good news. Finally, to be living in a real city for a change. We'd better go immediately to pack our gear. The men are going to want to celebrate tonight.
I can't go just yet, Octavius. I need to speak with Hannah.
Well, no need to explain to me, sir. Just tell the lady goodbye, then meet me at the man at the tavern. If you don't mind, I'll not stay around for the tears.
Hannah, can you believe it? I'm to be a centurion in the court of Pontius Pilate. This is incredible. Hannah, you must come with me to Jerusalem.
Marcus, you have to make a choice. If there is any chance that we are to be together, you mustn't go to Jerusalem.
What?
I love you, Marcus. I do. But I follow Jesus, not Caesar. You could too if you would only test your newfound faith.
But Hannah, this is everything I've worked for. I've risked my life for the hope of a command like this. Now you ask me to... Now my destiny miraculously falls into place and you ask me to walk away to follow a wandering, penniless preacher? That makes no sense. What kind of a choice is that?
It's the most important choice, Marcus.
What is it, Thieves? What's going on here?
It's the Jews, sir. Another one of their old men is arriving for the Passover celebration.
All this for a prophet?
Makes you wonder if who these holy men is, doesn't it? Why the gods? Look, it's him. It's Jesus.
Jerusalem, he comes.
where you're going, woman.
Forgive me, sir.
Hannah, I didn't recognize you. I'm so sorry. Here, let me help you.
Oh, no, sir. There's no need for you to bother. Please forgive me for being so clumsy. It was certainly my mistake, Centurion.
Hannah, please, it's me. It's Marcus. You don't have to speak to me that way. How long has it been? Nearly 2 years since I've seen you. What are you doing here in Jerusalem?
Forgive me, sir, but I don't know anyone named Marcus anymore. And certainly the Centurion has more important concerns than a clumsy Jewish girl. Please, don't waste your time. I will be out of your way quickly. My master needs me. Or is it now against Roman law for a Jew to follow her Messiah?
Tough break, sir. Perhaps it's your destiny to flirt with danger, not with women.
I tell you, Sergeant, I've known my share of beautiful women in this empire, but I had to lose my heart to a woman who won't return my love. And why? Because I refuse to throw my life away after some itinerant prophet she calls the Messiah? Why is it that each time I encounter this Jesus, he disturbs me so?
Like I told you, sir, he's trouble. For you, for me, he's certainly trouble.
Did you see what he did? It's outrageous. The man's a lunatic.
Worse than that, he is a blasphemer. He said his temple was his house. I say he should be arrested.
Arrest him? Now? Just look at those people. They adore this Jesus. And if you arrest him, it would start a riot. No, first, we must discredit him. Trip him up somehow. We must trap him with his own words. Teacher, we know that you're a man of integrity and that you teach the way of God in accordance with the truth. You aren't swayed by men because you pay no attention to who they are. Tell us then, what is your opinion? Is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not?
You hypocrites, why are you trying to trap me? Show me the coin used for paying the tax. Whose portrait is this and whose inscription?
It's Caesar's, of course.
Then give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's.
Teacher, in all the law, which is the greatest commandment?
Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and prophets hang on these two commandments. The teachers of the law and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, so you must obey everything they tell you to do. But do not do what they do, for they do not practice what they preach. They tie up heavy load and put them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are not willing to lift a finger to move them.
He made fools of us.
What's worse is the people love him for doing so.
We're losing control.
We cannot allow this to continue any longer. Passover is only a few days away. By then, he'll have the entire city on his side.
Something must be done. Something must be done soon. Something must be done. Something must be done soon.
This Jesus of Nazareth is stirring up the people again.
Something must be done.
This blaspheming deceiver will bring the wrath of Rome down upon us.
Something must be done. And
Must tell Caiaphas, go straight away to Caiaphas. The high priest Caiaphas will know just what to do.
You deal with it discreetly, he'll handle it completely.
The high priest Caiaphas will know just what to do.
something must be done. Something must be done. Something must be done. Something must be done. And
Hannah, Octavius said that you sent for me. I'm happy you changed your mind. It's so good to see you again.
Centurion, Marcus, it's not what you think. I came here for your help. A friend's life is in danger and you may be our only hope.
I see. Who's in trouble?
Jesus. Today at the temple, he chased away all the money changers and embarrassed the priests and Pharisees in front of the crowd. Moments later, I overheard them talking, planning the revenge.
What sort of revenge?
They said they were going to Caiaphas, that he would know what to do. They were so angry, Marcus. It all sounded so evil. I'm frightened for Jesus' life.
Caiaphas, the high priest? I've been witness to several heated encounters between him and Pontius Pilate. It would be difficult to say which man hates the other more. Caiaphas is a dangerous man, but Jesus has too much popular support right now. Caiaphas could never get past Jesus' loyal followers.
But Marcus, what if he does get past them somehow? You said yourself he's dangerous.
Yes, but he's also a man with no real political authority. Without Pilate's consent, Caiaphas can take no lasting measures against Jesus. The power to condemn a man lies completely in Rome's hands. And Roman justice wouldn't condemn an innocent man. So see, Hannah, you don't need to worry about Jesus. I'm sure everything will work out.
Oh, Marcus, I hope you're right about this. I pray you're right. But it feels in my soul like everything is about to change.
Yes, of course. You are absolutely right. Something must be done about Jesus of Nazareth. Our coexistence with those Roman heathens is fragile enough without some foolish rabble-rouser stirring up the people. We will deal with this man in a most finite manner. Better that one man die for the people than the entire nation perish.
Perhaps we could run him out of the city before Passover gets underway.
And how do you propose to do that? How do you take on a man with hundreds, maybe thousands of followers and simply run him out of the city? It's not that simple. Efforts to discredit him have all failed. His popularity is growing daily. At our expense, I might add. No, you do not chase away a man like Jesus. He would only return, and our problems would return with him. Gentlemen, our solution must be permanent. We need a reason, a plausible reason to have Jesus arrested. We must be creative about this. More important than that, we need to find a better or proper time and place for his arrest. Some place private, away from the eyes and the ears of his adoring public. And to that end, I offer you the services of Judas. Gentlemen, I offer you the services of Judas. I would like you all to meet Judas Iscariot. He has agreed for a price that he will turn his master Jesus over to us tomorrow evening in an out-of-the-way place. All we need now are some convincing witnesses and a little cooperation from our friend Pontius Pilate. If things go well, we'll have Jesus of Nazareth tried, convicted, and executed before Passover begins. Well then, gentlemen. Excellent. Good night and sleep well. Tomorrow promises to be a very busy day.
The lonely night of shadows, a chill hangs in the air. A seamless man of sorrows is kneeling in despair. His anguish breaks the silence. Please, Father, take this cup. As teardrops stained his face, he shouldered saving grace. His prayer is offered up.
Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour is near and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Friend, do what you came for. Am I leading a rebellion that you have come with swords and clubs? Every day I was with you in the temple courts and you didn't lay a hand on me. But this is your hour when darkness reigns.
Well, Caiaphas, I understand you have a pressing problem that only the governor can handle. This had better be important to have awakened me at such an early hour.
Pontius Pilate, Your Excellency, We are certainly grateful for your audience, sir. Here is our problem.
I see. So tell me, what charges are you bringing against this man?
He is a criminal. If he were not, he would not be handing him over to you.
You, come to me, now. So, you're that prophet from Nazareth, aren't you? You know, I heard something about you. My wife even saw you in her nightmares. Are you the king of the Jews?
Is that your idea? Or did others talk to you about me?
What? You think I'm a Jew? It was your people and your chief priest who handed you over to me. Anyway, just what is it that you are supposed to have done?
My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would have fought to prevent my arrest. But now my kingdom is from another place.
So, you are a king. This might be entertaining after all.
You're right in saying that I am a king. In fact, for that reason I was born, and for that reason I came into the world to testify the truth. Everyone on the side of the truth listens to me.
Truth? What is truth? Another lunatic Jewish philosopher. Where do these people come from? I find no basis for your charges against this man. But it is customary that I release one prisoner at the time of Passover. Do you want me to release this king of the Jews? But I found no fault with this man.
Your Excellency, this is getting out of hand. I am certain this man is innocent. Shall I have the guards throw him about?
Silence! You take him. I find no basis for a charge against him.
But we have a law. And according to that law, this man must die because he claimed to be the Son of God.
Do you hear what they are saying? Where do you come from? Speak to me. Don't you know who I am? I have the power to free you or crucify you. Here's your king. Shall I crucify your king?
We have no king but Caesar.
I am innocent of this man's blood. Crucify him.
Have some wine. Come on, aren't you thirsty? Well then, come down and have a drink with me and my friends. Save yourself if you're the Son of God.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
We're going to destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days.
Come on down from that cross if you claim to be the Son of God. He saved others, but now he can't save himself.
But he's the King of Israel. Just come down from the cross, then we'll believe in you.
My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Father, into thy hands I commit my spirit.
My search is over. Could he be the one true hope for me? In 1,000 years, in 1,000 lifetimes, will I ever find a sweeter reason to believe? Could he be the one? Surely he was the Son of God.
What is it now, Caiaphas? Wasn't it only yesterday that I did your dirty work for you? I wouldn't have hoped to see you again so soon.
Your Excellency, one small detail remains. It seems that while the deceiver Jesus was alive, he claimed that he would rise up from the dead on the third day after his arrest. But of course, that's all nonsense. But we believe that his followers might try to steal the body just to promote such a fantasy.
So what is it exactly that you ask of Rome this time, Caiaphas? More killings? Perhaps you would like us to crucify his disciples? No, that's not enough. We should dispose of anyone who ever knew the man. Would that take care of your problem sufficiently?
Governor, sir, all we ask is for a guard. Perhaps two, just enough to protect the tomb until the third day has passed. That way, we will prevent further deception from this Jesus.
Yes, then, take a guard. Centurion, go and make the tomb as secure as you know how. Put my seal on it and post 2 experienced guards for 3 days. I wish to hear no more of this Jesus of Nazareth. My wife was right. I should have had nothing to do with the man.
By the gods! This is boring work, Octavius. We have been here nearly 3 days and nothing has happened.
What do you expect from the graveyard duty? I just wish the centurion would send someone to relieve us. Wait a minute. Perhaps he has. Look! Maybe we'll have some company after all.
Why do you seek the living among the dead? Christ the Messiah is risen, just as he said. Go tell the world all that you've seen today. That tomb that is empty, the stone rolled away. Why do you seek the living among the dead? Why do you seek the living among the dead? Christ the Messiah is risen, just as he said. Go tell the world all that you've seen today. The tomb that is empty, the stone rolled away. Why do you seek the living among the dead?
Soldier, report at once. Tell me what happened here.
Is it you, Centurion? I can't see a thing. There was an awful light, and a man, like a god, he pushed away the stone. Where is Octavius? Is he here still? Is he dead?
No, he is not dead. Our friend is coming around. Sergeant, tell me exactly what happened.
Everything was so quiet. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then we noticed some women coming down the road. And that's when it happened, sir.
When what happened?
The earthquake, sir. The ground shook. Then the man, like I've never seen before, appeared as if he rolled a bolt of lightning to the ground. This man, a god or whatever he was, he just pushed the stone away as if it was a pebble. I felt an awful fear crashing my chest. Then everything went black. And that's all I remember, sir.
The body's not there. Jesus is gone.
Oh no! We're doomed! If Pilate hears of this, we'll all die!
Pilate will not hear any of this, boy. Forgive me, sir, but if the word of this gets back, no one will believe us, and we will be executed for the dereliction of our duty. Now, it was that old priest and his cronies that got us into this mess. They have as much at stake as we do. I say we go to them and let them figure a way out of this. Don't you agree, sir?
I'm sorry. I was thinking of something.
We've got to get those old priests, sir. Concoct some stories about being attacked by Jesus' followers or something. Get those Jews to cover for us. They have as much as of their problem as it is ours. Are you with us, sir? Can we count on you?
Go, Octavius. Return to Jerusalem. Tell them any story you like. You'll get no argument from me. Just go. Some say life is just a series of decisions. We make choices, we live and learn. Now I'm standing at a crossroad, and I must choose which way to turn. Down the one road lies all the world can offer, all its power, its wealth and fame. Down the other, just a man with nail scars in his hands, but there is mercy in his eyes, and there is power in his name. I choose Jesus, I choose Jesus, without a solitary doubt. I choose Jesus, not for miracles, but for loving me. Not for Bethlehem, but for Calvary. Not for a day, but for eternity. I choose Jesus. All my life I've sailed the sea of reason. I was captain of my soul. There was no need for a savior. I could live life on my own. Then I heard him speak the language of compassion, words of healing for broken lives. When we nailed him to the tree, his love included me. Now he's calling me to follow and to leave the past behind. I choose Jesus. I choose Jesus. Without a solitary doubt. I choose Jesus. Not for miracles, but for loving me. Not for Bethlehem, but for Calvary. Not for a day, but for eternity. I choose
Marcus, what are you doing here?
The soldiers mustn't find me here. Pilate has put a price on my head. I can't stay long, but I had to see you once again.
What's happened, Marcus? Octavius was just here looking for you. He was with some of the priests from the temple. They were saying that you were involved in the theft of Jesus' body from the tomb. But I was there. I saw the angel. There was no theft. They're lying about you, but why? What have you done?
I made my choice, Hannah. That's all. A simple decision I should have made 2 years ago. I was blind and foolish then. But there, at that empty tomb, it all became so clear, so simple. Jesus is who he said he was, so I've chosen to follow him. I'm starting over.
This is wonderful, Marcus, but what will you do? Where will you go?
I only know I must get as far from here as I can. And I don't want to go alone.
You won't be alone, Marcus. You won't ever be alone.